Bonjour. In this grammar presentation, we're going to talk about the notion of registers, and you should be able to recognize basic registers. In sociolinguistics, that is the study of language in relation to social factors, a register is a variety of language marked by a specific choice of syntax, vocabulary, pronunciation, and is used according to a particular communicative and/or social context. So, the most common examples of registers are the formal and informal registers. For instance, in English, an example of formal register is "Good morning, how are you?" And an example of the informal register would be "Hey, what up?" In French, the difference between formal and informal is also marked by the difference between the honorific vous and the non-honorific tu, second singular pronoun equivalent to English you, as well as their corresponding forms. So let's consider these two sentences, which both mean, "and you, do you have your book?" So if you address to someone you don't know, older, so you want to show respect to, you're going to use the honorific form and its corresponding form. So you're going to use that in a more formal context. So repeat after me. Et vous, vous avez votre livre? Then, if you talk to someone who's your age, who's a friend, you don't have to show special respect to, or if you talk in a more informal context, then you're going to use the form tu and its corresponding form. So repeat after me. Et toi, tu as ton livre? Application. Assuming the vous forms are singular, determine whether the register is formal or informal. So you can now pause the video and do the application exercise. All right, so vous comprenez, monsieur. Repeat after me. Vous comprenez, monsieur. So this is formal. You can recognize the form vous as well as monsieur, sir. Okay. Vous avez votre ticket, madame. Repeat after me. Vous avez votre ticket, madame? This is also formal. You can recognize the vous forms, vous, votre, as well as madame, madam. Okay. Then, ça va et toi? Repeat after me. Ça va et toi? This is informal. You can recognize the form toi, which is non-honorific. Then, excuse-moi, tu as un stylo, s'il te plaît? So repeat after me. Excuse-moi, tu as un stylo, s'il te plaît? So you can recognize the tu form, tu as un stylo, as well as the tu form for please, s'il te plaît. Repeat, s'il te plaît. As well as the tu form for excuse me, excuse-moi. Repeat, excuse-moi. Then you have excusez-moi, vous avez un stylo, s'il vous plaît. Repeat after me. Excusez-moi, vous avez un stylo, s'il vous plaît. So this is an example of formal. So here you can recognize the vous form, vous avez un stylo, the vous form for please, repeat after me, s'il vous plaît, and the vous form for excuse me, excusez-moi, repeat after me, excusez-moi. So now let's contrast the tu form and vous form for excuse me. So repeat after me again. Excuse-moi, excusez-moi. And the tu form and vous form for please. So repeat after me again. S'il te plaît, s'il vous plaît. Vous pouvez répéter, s'il vous plaît, monsieur? So repeat after me, please. Vous pouvez répéter, s'il vous plaît, monsieur? So this is an example of a formal sentence. Then repeat after me. Tu peux parler plus lentement, s'il te plaît? This is example of informal. You recognize the form tu as well as the tu form for please, s'il te plaît. Et vous, madame, vous avez fini? Repeat after me. Et vous, madame, vous avez fini? So this is an example of the formal register. You recognize the vous forms as well as madame. Repeat after me. Et toi, tu as fini? So this is an example of the informal register. You recognize the tu form and the corresponding form toi. And finally, tes étudiants ne comprennent pas. Repeat after me. Tes étudiants ne comprennent pas. So this is an example of the informal register. You can recognize the form te. So do not worry too much about this. It's just for you to get a generic idea of what register is. We're going to go over each one of these words individually later on in the course. And if you have questions, feel free to write them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. Au revoir.